Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a really important topic, the legal and policy framework for disability inclusion in Ethiopia. It's a complex subject, but understanding it is key to advocating for a more inclusive society. So, let's get started. At the very top, we have the Constitution of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. This is the supreme law of the land, and it explicitly states that all persons are equal before the law and are entitled to equal protection without any discrimination. This foundational principle sets the stage for everything that follows. Ethiopia has also ratified several key international conventions. Most notably, the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, or the CRPD. By ratifying this, Ethiopia committed to promoting, protecting, and ensuring the full and equal enjoyment of all human rights by all persons with disabilities. These international agreements aren't just symbolic. They guide domestic policy and provide a benchmark for progress. Now, let's talk about how these broad principles are translated into specific actions. Ethiopia has several proclamations and regulations designed to implement its constitutional and international obligations. A major one is Proclamation No. 568/2008, the right to employment of persons with disabilities. This law is a game changer. It prohibits discrimination against qualified persons with disabilities in all aspects of employment, from recruitment to promotion. It also mandates that employers make reasonable accommodations. What does that mean? Well, it could be anything from providing a screen reader for a visually impaired employee to installing a ramp for a wheelchair user. The goal is to remove barriers and create a level playing field. Another critical piece of legislation is the Building Proclamation No. 620/2009. This law is all about accessibility in the physical environment. It requires that public buildings, whether they're government offices, schools, or hospitals, be designed and constructed to be accessible to persons with disabilities. This includes things like ramps, accessible restrooms, and clear signage. The impact of this is huge. When public spaces are accessible, it means people with disabilities can participate more fully in community life, going to school, accessing healthcare, and engaging in civic activities. But inclusion isn't just about specific disability-focused laws. It has to be woven into the fabric of all government policies. This is where cross-sectoral policy alignment comes in. Let's look at the education sector. The education and training policy of Ethiopia emphasizes inclusive education, aiming to ensure that children with disabilities can learn alongside their peers in mainstream schools. This involves training teachers, adapting curricula, and providing necessary support materials. The goal is to move away from segregated special schools and towards a system where every classroom is welcoming to every child. Similarly, in the health sector, policies are being developed to ensure that persons with disabilities have equal access to healthcare services. This includes making health facilities physically accessible, training healthcare professionals on disability issues, and providing information in accessible formats. It is about recognizing that a person's disability should never be a barrier to receiving quality medical care. So, what does this all mean? Ethiopia has a strong legal and policy foundation for disability inclusion, from its constitution down to specific sectoral policies. The framework is there, however, the biggest challenge lies in implementation. Laws on paper are one thing, but making them a reality on the ground requires consistent effort, resources, and a change in societal attitudes. Enforcement of these laws, raising public awareness, and actively involving persons with disabilities in decision-making processes are the next crucial steps. The journey towards a fully inclusive Ethiopia is ongoing, and it's a journey that requires all of us to participate. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this gave you a clearer picture of the disability inclusion landscape in Ethiopia. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Let us know your thoughts or questions in the comments below. See you in the next video.